Hey, everybody. I hope this live stream or video finds you doing well. There has been a question that's been posed to me several times that I'd like to go ahead and answer. But before I do, I'm going to give the first part credit where credit is due. I have a lot of Christians on my Facebook page that are just simply absolutely great and wonderful people. They would never intentionally hurt anybody just because they can. They're great, they're respectable people. There is a lot, and I really do mean there is a lot of Christians out there that do not attach their faith to their egos. They'll sit down, they're willing to talk to people. If they disagree, they disagree, and it's not that big of a deal. There is a lot of Christian people out there. They're just great and wonderful people. Even Catholics. I know Catholics who are that way. Yes, we disagree. We disagree in love, and it's not that big of a deal. So there is a lot of Christians out there. And I do have to compare it to when that God decided to punish Israel, when God decided to punish us. Whoops, something happened. Hmm. Sorry about this, folks. Let's see here. Okay, now I can see everything. So anyhow, so there was, and there has been a lot of great Christians out there. But I kind of remember when God was punishing us, and I will have to admit there were a lot of us who were trying to serve God to the very best of our ability. There unfortunately was a lot more of us that wasn't. And this is why that God punished us. So I have to take a look at the pictures. So, and in this case, I have to admit there are a lot of loving Christians out there, just great and wonderful people. Unfortunately, there is anywhere between over, let's see, I would estimate that there is about half, maybe even over half, of Christians who are not those loving people. Let me explain it in this manner. I have family who literally wants nothing to do with me. They would just assume as they will not have anything to do with me. And it started about 2016. I was looking at Messianic Judaism. I was studying Messianic Judaism. I was studying the Bible from a Messianic Jewish standpoint. And they didn't like that. I was like, hey, I can get you Tree of Life Bible if you ever want one. And just kind of just look at it. It's kind of like a New International Version. And my thoughts at that time. And then they wanted nothing more to do with me. Okay, cool. Okay, but let me tell you, that was a bad deal for them. Not for me. I still stand by my faith, though. Over how should I say this? Over the time I was at the time that I was changing that Judaism, I was doing the kind of half Christian, half Jewish kind of thing. So anyhow, I bring this up, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this Bible verse up. Let me see here. Well, no. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to bring it up here in just a moment. And I'm going to share my screen here. Now, as most people know, I view the letters, which Galatians is part of the letters, as being Talmudic. But here there is some there. I don't know that it's perfect truth, but there is a lot of truth to this. And I'll let Google pick the version. It says Galatians 6:7-8, New King James Version. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that will that he will also reap. For he who sows to his flesh will of the flesh reap corruption. But he who sows to the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And I want to go ahead and get a little bit specific to this. When any person, when any religion, when any organization, when any country sows out hate, guess what you're going to get back? Hate. And hate absolutely comes from the flesh. Hate does not come from the Spirit of God. God's will is that we love, not hate. So, there is a lot of Christians out there who have done like some of my family members have done, and I'm not going to name them, who just, well, you will believe like I believe, or I want nothing to do with you. Okay? Then they break off. And then you take a country, and I will go back and refer to the John Ivan Demaniak case, of which I spoke to just a little bit ago. It was a video before I've done this one, if you want to know what I'm talking to. Where God forgives America, but we cannot forgive a person who was possibly, maybe even more than likely, a foot soldier in the death camps in Nazi Germany and throughout. I think this one was in Poland. So we expect God to forgive us, but we won't forgive other people. That is a real bad thing. And then let's take us to 1988, February 9th, I believe it was, that the pastor Jimmy Swaggart came out and said, "Yeah, I was with a prostitute," so on and so forth. 10 months later, to that article being published, on October 10th, what's Ozzy Osbourne do? Comes out with a song about Jimmy Swaggart and pretty much basically calls him out by name, except called him our little Jimmy Sinner, and just called him right where he was at. So he sung that Jimmy Swaggart was nothing more than just a self-righteous hypocrite preaching hellfire and brimstone. The world took notice and agreed with Ozzy. So then you add up to where that there is a lot of Christians out there not living what they say they believe, but that they're just simply doing whatever they want to do, saying one thing and doing another. This is a dispense of hate. When you've got a group of people that says, "Got to agree with me or I won't be friends with you and I'll just hate on you." I mean, get a load of this, folks. If a Christian goes out and starts hating on the world, what do you expect the world's going to do? I mean, do you really think that the world's going to buy you a dozen roses, Godiva chocolate, bring it to you, serve you with a bunch with some milk for you to drink so that you can wash down the chocolate and say thank you? If it wasn't for you hating on me, I would have never got to know Jesus. I mean, seriously, do you expect that to happen? People inherently know that we're bad. I know that I'm bad. I'm trying to be a good person, whether if I'm succeeding or not, I'll let everybody else make the decision. But as for me, I do not think I'm a good person. I think that I am anything less than a good person. But that decision deserves to be gone with everybody else. What I can tell you is that what people want to hear is, hey, I care about you. I love you. I want to go out and prove this to you. There are churches that go out and they try and prove their love to the community. But unfortunately, when you're talking about the Christian hate, can overshadow the Christians who really do care about other people, and there are lots of them. So why do the world hate Christians? Because Christians keep hating the world. You cannot win people back by hate. You have to win people over to God by love. It has to be by love. If you try it any other way and it does not include love, you will not succeed. I promise you. The only thing you're going to succeed at is antagonizing people. I have said this many times and I'll say it many times more. People do not care about what I think until they first know that I care. They do not care about what a pastor, a priest, a bishop, a rabbi believes until they first know that that individual cares about them. Well, I hope this has been some food for thought. I love you all. God bless.